Amos chapters 9 and verse 11 says, In that day will I rise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will rise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harakakodash, giving double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutes to all the 144,000 elect out there. Coming back at you with another lesson. Restoration of Israel. So yes, man, just a word that stuck out with me. One of the elders mentioned Elder Yashua by the head of Dally's camp, and the elder Manata Zakwa was doing a live stream, and they was talking about topics such as getting beamed up into the chariots. It will be a family reunion. That's going to be a family reunion, and that word stuck out with me, and just the word alone. Now I'm getting into it. The word reunion, and this is what I found: restoration of Israel. When I tapped in certain precepts, like I tapped in breaches, which is a word very similar, breaches, and you get the word, it comes up 15 times in 14 verses in the blue letter Bible. Breaches. Now the word that I wanted to tap in is reunion in the Google, or family reunion, and gives a little explanation here. It says the process of bringing together family members, particularly children, spouses, and elderly dependents, in its handbook of selected terms and concepts. Again here, what is the main purpose of family reunion? It's an opportunity to share stories, traditions, and favorite family recipes. It's also a good time to build across generational relationships and pass on family history. Many families have stories of war, immigration, or struggle that are important to share with younger generations. Yeah. So that word, when you think about that word, right? Breaches. That's the closest I found in the scriptures, which is, like I say, a lot of precepts come up to get into the word reunion, and we're in the time of reunion now. Even still, when you meditate upon the word, when I tapped it in as well in the Google reunion, what Google has to say, the scriptures that come up, and here's a good scripture too here. Hebrews chapters 10 and 24 says, and let us consider how to stir up one another to love and to good works, not neglecting to meet together as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day drawing nearer. That's why we have our meetings, we have our high holy days, our gatherings that we do on the highways and the byways and the World Wide Web, which is worldwide. What they call today the Urim and the Forum, or the line. Psalms 19 goes into that, which is the vessel that the Most High has given us. The YouTube, and all forms of social medias that we're using, which is bringing us closer. The Most High has given us that. Never mind what the elite think or what they say. Now they're regretting it. They say it should have never been invented, but little do they know, it was the Most High's plan to give us the YouTube. It's our vessel. The whole world was made for our sake, and that is something that is giving us, like I say, right? It's helping in this work, aiding the work worldwide, the World Wide Web, letting us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works, not neglecting to meet together as in the habits of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as the day drawing near. We've got the high holy day coming up, the Shabbat, the Passat. Let me say it right, the Passat, which is something that we're going to meet. We will meet and greet. We do it yearly, but we meet all year round anyway. Right? We have this particular high holy days that we do, which is a vessel also, or something that speaks for itself, where we're going to herald, praise, and bring out history on why we're doing it. That time's coming quickly in March. That Passat, Passover. So this is just all part of our talking about the family reunion, the restoration of Israel. Abu Ratazar, we're going to come back and look into some of these words, Abu Ratazar, a couple of precepts to bring out. And like I say, I just tapped in breaches, a word that comes up. It's a good word, very similar to reunion. I probably could have done a video with that other word as well, maybe in the future, reunions, because there was a lot of reunions in the scriptures, the House of David reunion, all forms of reunions, which a lot of the times happened after battle, after war. And we celebrated. So yeah, don't get it twisted, man. The House of David, the Yashua Allah, the Prince of the Power, we knew each other. And like I say, we're at that time here now. There is a family reunion taking place here and now. And the ultimate family reunion we're all looking forward to, as the brothers, the elders was talking about it, the salvation being Abu Ra'zah, salvation being beamed up into that chariot. So it will be a family reunion. And yeah, there may be some we're gonna be, let me say it like this, man. Abu Ra'zah, we all make it anyway. The elect are gonna make it. Abu Ra'zah, that's you and that's me. Right? Probably, I'll say we're going to be pleasantly surprised. Let me just say it like that. So Isaiah 58, when we get to meet each other, because we meet each other now, and some brothers say they felt like they've met each other before in previous lives, and that's all. It's all in the spirit. So let's bring this one out. Isaiah 58 and 12 says, yes, and they that shall be as thee shall build the old waste places. Thou shalt rise up the foundations of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repair of the breaches, the restore of the paths to dwell. Yeah, that word there, breaches, the repair of the breaches. Mosai Yahweh, why I was shy, go and do that. All that the day shall be of thee shall build the old waste places. Thou shalt rise up the foundations of many generations. Thou shalt be called the repair of the breaches. I must be allowed to check this one out. There's a couple words here, Abu Ratazar, just a couple. Yeah, they shall be. The word here is H6556. Breach, right, says, right, so breach, gap, breach a gap, right, yeah, so that's what Yahweh Shai gonna come back to do. You're gonna breach that gap. Yeah, just came to me when I went to Jamaica years ago on my mother's side. I met the family on my mother's side, and yeah, there was some breaching of gaps, catching up stories, and it was a blessed time, meeting our grandmothers, our cousins, close cousins, and grandmothers, and it was a reunion, man. It was there was a breaching of a gap, history, stories, and all the above, man. Of Jamaica, it was a nice time, and the food I'll never forget the food. I ain't had nothing like it since. Talking about talking about years now. Years. Me and my brother, we were young. So there was a breaching of the gap. We never met our cousins, our close cousins or distant cousins or grandmothers or aunties and uncles. We never met them. But when we met them, there was a breaching. The gap was breached. and it was a blessed time, right? So the ultimate family reunion. This is on the spirit now. We're talking about this one here, the spirit, our spiritual brothers. And yeah, we're gonna be, like I say, we're gonna be pleasantly surprised for those of us that have been chosen, Abarazar, and called, chosen and called for salvation. You know, we're gonna meet each other, and there's a lot of catching up to do. Oh, there's a song by her Peaches and Herb Reunited. I remember that there's one of them old kind of rockers songs, Reunited. So that's what's going to take place. Reunite is going to be a reuniting, man, a breaching of the gap, a blessed time for those of us that endure to the end. Abarazar, we will make it. That's that word there. Another one here, the repair. So we're looking forward to that. When your whole wire come back, you're gonna do that. Yeah? To wall up, close up, build a wall. Yeah. Most High gonna come back, he's gonna build that wall. We mentioned the house of David to repair. Right? Fence up, hedge, enclose, make up, yeah, because it's been torn down. And brothers get into the videos, you know, how the curses, Deuteronomy 28, right? Brothers have neglected the law, which we know the laws are given to us, yeah, Yahshua Allah, the Israelites only, the laws, and applying those laws, right, to the best of our ability is our protection. So it's not that we live by that, but we know the laws are given to us as a protection for hygiene, for ceremonially, to keep us separate, not to envy the oppressor, to keep us clean. There's many benefits to the law, which we can't keep it, we know now. We can't keep it 100%, but to the best of our ability, we do what we can with what we have. It's a protection and a blessing, those laws. And we're going to get back to that. And ultimately, that's another video, but I'm just making the point that most are going to give us back the law. It's going to be in our heart. Yeah, it goes into all of that. You know, in Jeremiah, you know, like I say, I'm coming at this. There's many ways I could have come at this word here, salvation or breaches or family reunion. I'm coming at it in this video. I'm coming at it from this perspective here. What Yahushua going to do and how he's doing it now, building up that wall of protection, because it's been torn down. He's going to repair it. The breaches, so many good words there. I must be allowed to look at it. He's going to restore. H7725. He's doing it now, like I say, man. That's why we're getting together now. You know, using the World Wide Web, right? And that's a vessel that the Most High is giving us, the Urim and the Forum. Urim and the Forum, or the line. Yeah. So he's doing what? That's aiding us to do this. To return, come back. Yeah, there you have it. To return. Of the spiritual relations. There's a quiet bit here. I'm just going to select to turn, to bring back to mind, to show, right, to reverse, right, that's it there. To bring back to mind. There you have it, man. So all our laws, our customs, our traditions, which are in the Leviticus laws, Deuteronomy, Exodus, and are coming back, being restored back to our mind. Our pineal gland has been opened again so that we can receive it, to restore, refresh. Yeah, that's what you do with the computer. You know, every now and then you got to refresh it. The Most High is doing that, you know, switching that switch to restore, refresh. And there's going to be an ultimate refreshing, a cleansing of the earth, cleansing of the wicked, and also of our own people need to be cleansed. You know, Daniel 12 goes into that. They're going to come back in their right mind, which is they're going to be cleansed. And like I say, the elect, yeah, we're being restored, refreshed right now as we speak, right? because those breaches was torn down. Right now, we're seeing how he's building them back up again. The breaches, restore. That's all I needed. That. Got a couple more precepts. Thou shalt rise up. Here's another beautiful one here. Abraza. Thou shalt rise up. Arise. Oh, Isaiah 60. Another one of my favorite precepts. Arise and shine, mountains. Maintain oneself. Yeah, and we're encouraged to do that too. Maintain ourselves. And the Spirit of the Lord is helping us do that. It's healing us. Yehoshua mentions that he's going to come back with healing in his wings. So he's going to do that. Maintain ourselves, or to be established, re-established, or established. Endure. Arise. Rise up. Yes, man. All praises to Yahweh Shemir Shai. There's a lot here. To rise, set up, erect, build. That broken down breach. He's going to erect it again and build it up. The Wada Yahweh, the Wada Yahweh Shai. To cause, to stand, set, stationed, establish. Right? Because we were carried away captive. Right? But again, yeah, what is he doing now? To cause to stand. Stand up with great boldness. Wisdom of Solomon. And also Wisdom of Solomon chapters 5, and also Revelations 11 and 11, and Ezekiel 37. Dry bones. Standing up. Most are putting the Spirit back in us, renewing us, erecting us, repairing us, the pineal gland, and everything's coming back to our mind, restoring us from the trauma. When you suffer trauma, things happen, man. Memory loss, amnesia. Mosai's restoring us of the amnesia, repairing us. All praises to Yahweh. There's a couple of these precepts going into the subject of the Mosai. This is that time. He's doing it now. It's happening now. Yeah, the family reunion. We looked at the what Google had to say. The family reunion. What is it again? Let's check it again. Just tapped it in. Family reunion, meaning the process of bringing together family members, particularly children, spouses, and elderly dependents. So all the elect come from different backgrounds and different ages. Some may be children, elderly, some are on in age, family members, particularly children, spouses, and elderly. But the 144,000, which are men, which are the superheroes. But then you've got the great crowd too. The women and the children, man. So this is what's taking place now. This is why people are. That's us coming back together. Wisdom of Solomon again. I mentioned it. 5, standing with great boldness, and them that see us are terrified with fear. But it's the family reunion, right? That's what's happening, right? The World Wide Web is playing a big part in bringing us together again and restoring us, which belongs to. Don't get it twisted. Everything belongs to Yahweh Yahushua, which he gave to his children. The whole world was made for our sakes. So it's our thing, a gift from the Most High. Yeah, it's an opportunity. I tapped it in here. What is the main purpose of family reunions? It's an opportunity to share stories, traditions, and favorite family recipes. I mentioned when I met my family back home on my mother's side, Jamaica. My dad ain't from Jamaica. He's actually he speaks broken French, but at my mum's side, they how the Benjamite them get down. So we get into all of the recipes and all of that. Yeah. Favorite family recipes. It's also a good time to build across generational relationships and pass on family history. Right, getting into the history, we was kicking back, we was laughing, we was yamming up some of the food. Like I mentioned, some of those food they're out there. I haven't come across it so fresh out of the sea, fresh off the land, right? pressure from the earth of the top of the cattle, the fruit. You know, I ain't gonna get into it's too much to mention, man. The food is to infinity and blessed. So we caught up on a lot of that. The families have the stories of war, immigration, or struggle that are important to share with younger generations. The ultimate family reunion we're talking about, though, the ultimate family reunion we're talking about is what we having now, right? To get together, the restoration of Israel, which is the tabernacle of David being restored, and his fixing is healing us, healing our breaches, binding up the breaches as we looked at there in they shall be the so Isaiah 50 50 and 10. Where was I? So yeah, 12. That's it. And they shall be as they shall be. Isaiah 58 and 12 says, as a matter of fact, you got some good precepts here. Let me read some of these here. 9. Then shalt thou call, and the Lord shall answer. Thou shalt cry, and shalt say, Here I am. If thou take away from the midst of thee the yoke, the putting forth of the finger, and the speaking vanity. There's a point there. They shall call, and the Lord shall answer. They shall cry, and he shall say, Here I am. So this is what it's going to be when as soon as we open our mouth. It ain't going to be no delayed reaction. It's going to be on the Most High's time. It's going to be quick. Yeah. So we're going to have a closer relation. We're going to be closer in the spirit. Scripture says that we shall be like Him. So reading back on reading 11, and the Lord shall guide thee continually, and satisfy thy soul in drought. So we're going to have water in drought, and make fat thy bones. Yeah, it's going to make us fat, even in drought. Even in famine, we won't be fat. He says in drought, and make fat thy bones. Yeah, because if you have strong bones, you're healthy, you're physically strong. Your body's strong. Yeah, the skeleton. Fat thy bones, and thou shalt be like a water garden, like a spring of water, whose waters fail not. We're gonna be in abundance of water, in abundance of wealth, riches and wealth, and all the above. It's going to be in abundance of it. It ain't going to run out, as it says there. Thou shalt be like the water garden, like a spring of water, whose water fail not. The water that doesn't run out. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yashai. The family reunion, man. Talking about the family reunion. And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places. They shall rise up the foundation of many generations. They shall be called the repair of the breaches, the restore of paths to dwell in, the repair of the breach. And we looked at the word breaches, bridging that gap and repairing, healing, building the wall back. A couple of more precepts and we're going to end it. Here's another one of my favorite precepts in Isaiah 30 and 30 says, and the Lord shall cause his glorious voice to be heard. As a matter of fact, let's go up a bit. Let's hit some of these points there. 20, Isaiah 30 and 20 says, and though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed unto a corner any more, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. Yeah, we're going to see our teachers, which we're seeing them now. From the time we woke up to this truth, the Most High did that, opened up our pineal gland, and we was looking on YouTube, through via social media. I mentioned the Urim and the Forum, or the line, which is of the Most High, and we saw our elders and our apostles, and we was drawn to it. The Most High, it was almost as if we heard it before. for the most part, we have heard it before, the elect in our previous lives, this word. So we saw our teachers speaking words out of the scriptures, which the Spirit was upon them, and the Spirit was upon us to heed, right? And it says there, and though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed unto a corner anymore, but thine eyes, let me say it right, but thine ears shall, but thy eyes shall see thy teachers, right? Thine eyes shall see thy teachers. First, it started with the visuals. Most I opened up my eyes. Let me say it right. The eyes, and then reading on, and thine ears, then he opened up our eyes. We saw them, yeah. The teachers was no more in a corner. He brought them to us via the Urim and the Forum, all right? And thine eyes shall see thy teachers. So we saw them, and then in jumping down to 21, and then, and thine eyes and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way, walk in it. Right. So we started to hear, and we took the direction. And for the most part, for those of us who are in other, you may call them religions or ways of life or philosophies, all different types of philosophies or religions, Christianity, Muslim, whatever the case may be, right? We unlearned, and we started to be taught the right way, and all the things we learned, we knew it was, we realized, we came to our senses, let me just say it like that, right? And thine ear shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way. So we changed directions. This is the way, walk this way, walk in it. And when you turn to the right hand, and when you turn to the left. So we changed directions, whatever the case may be, whether we're using a religion or not. We took heed of the counsel, and we walked the right way, and we unlearned all the ways of this world, the philosophies and the wine. We put it we dash it in the garbage, let me just say that. And we walked in the right way, in the ways of our teachers. We first saw them, and then we started to take heed of what they were saying. Right? And that's all of the elect. Abu Ra'azar, we were called, and as the elders say, Abu Ra'azar, we hope to be chosen. We heard, and we hope to be, we heard, we were called, and we hope to be chosen. So that's, if we endure, there will be a family reunion. Right, let's hit this one. Right, Zechariah chapters 12 and 6 says, as a matter of fact, let's take it from, let's take it from 6. It says, in that day will I make the governors of Judah like an heath of fire among the wood, and like the torch of fire in the chaff. Here's the point. Here's the point here. That's it. 7. And the Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. And in that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. Right, most like I was talking about, healing, restoring the breaches. Right, shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as an angel of the Lord before them. So most High bringing us back to our godly position, like God's. And we knew what David was able to do back in those days, when the house of David was all one, and the house of David consists of all the tribes. Yeah, that's on the 12 tribe, all of the tribes, the northern tribes as well as the southern tribes. And we were kicking ass those times there. When you know the history, Most High was giving us the Spirit of the Lord and victories over our enemies. Right, let me read this again. 6. In that day I will make the governors of Judah like the heath of fire among the wood, and like the torch of fire in the chaff, and they shall devour all the people round about, on the right hand and on the left. Right, that's that house of David coming together again in its original power, like God's. And Jerusalem shall be habited again. in her own place, even in Jerusalem. And the Lord shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah, because Judah is the head tribe. And reading on, in that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble and even the weak or the sick among us gonna be do what? Even the feeble among them at that day shall be as David. David, a mighty man, a man of valor. Right? He was doing a lot of conquering and of the enemies, and he had the ease. He had them in derision, man. Yeah. And the house of David shall be as God again, as the angel of the Lord before them. Right? That's what's going to happen. That's that preaching being restored, mended, and it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. So there ain't gonna be no victories, man. There ain't gonna be no laughing, no mockeries, being the butt of their jokes anymore. That's stopped. That's starting to stop as we speak, because that family reunion has begun. That family reunion has begun. Hence, the house of David is being restored. And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace, and so the Most High going to show us mercy and grace. Spirit of grace and of supplication, and they shall look upon me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him as one mourneth for his own only son, and shall be the bitterness for him as one that is bitterness for his firstborn. So we're going to be sorrowful about the things we did, that we went off as a people, and we're going to, as we carry on reading. Yeah, in that day shall there be a great mourning in Jerusalem, and the mourn. So that's the point. We're going to be sorrowful for the things we did, but we're going to be restored once again. Most are going to restore the house of David. Right? So that's what he's talking about. We're going to be as gods. We're going to restore us back to our former glory, as we looked at in Amos chapters 9. Right? So when I just tapped in breaches, that's where it led me to. The precepts that I looked at, that we looked at. And there's a lot more. Can't go through all of them right now, but that's really the point I really wanted to make about. The point is the restoration of Israel, the family reunion that we're looking forward to. But in order for us to meet and have the reuniting, as the song goes, Peaches and Herb, the song, and I ain't going to sing it, but it goes into it. It's going to be a reuniting, a restoration of David. So I'll go end with that. As a matter of fact, let's try some of these other translations and we're going to end it off. Yes, so NKJV says, on that day I will rise up the tabernacle of David, which has fallen down, and repair its damage. So we looked at the word repair. It's going to repair, restore, build back, bridge back the gap. And I will rise up its ruins and rebuild it as in the days of old. Right, that's the NKJV, the NLT now. In that day will I restore the fallen house of David, and I will repair its damaged walls. Here it says it, plain and straight, self-explanatory. Its damaged walls from the ruins, and I will rebuild it and restore its former glory. You can't say it better than that. Verbatim, self-explanatory. He's going to restore the house of David's former glory. So I just wanted to get into that word that the elder mentioned, Elder Yashuamba. There will be a family reunion, man. For those of us that make it, endure to the end, the 144,000 elect, and the great crowd, this will be the real family reunion, the restoration of Israel. Ultimately, when we all get beamed up into the chariots. So, the word to Yehovah Hashem Yeshua and the Spirit on me to do this video. Shalom to all the sincere Akim once again. We on to the next.